there.
like to go into the meeting, the public meeting, please?
The meeting is not open to the public. It is open to the public on, like on Zoom, as well as YouTube.
Sir, I am blind and I am hearing impaired.
Okay.
Those things are just, that does not work for me.
Okay.
I am a concerned citizen.
Okay.
I would like my voice to be heard.
Okay. If you give me just a minute, I'll go in there and I'll ask them if that's okay for you to come in there. Can I help you, sir?
I'm with her.
Okay.
And I just want you to know that we have a copy of the Wyoming open meeting laws, and this is the Constitution.
Okay.
And then I believe you're an officer of the law.
I absolutely am.
So you've taken an oath to protect the Constitution.
I've taken an oath to protect the Constitution.
Okay. So in regards, that meeting is violating the Constitution because it's not open to the public.
Okay.
And that mandate does not set precedence over this.
Okay, so the way that we're handling this, and we've told other folks as well, is to go through litigation, through civil litigation, in that the school district has contacted their legal representatives, and their legal representatives have indicated to them that as long as they are providing a way for the public to attend the meeting, not in person, but virtually as well, that they are in compliance with that statute.
What is
So
the
that's-
reason why I
so-
can't enter? Can you tell me why I can't go in?
They have specific, one of the issues that they've got right now is there's a specific occupancy. So they can only have X amount of people in the building.
So they're illegally doing a meeting because
So
it's a public
ultimately,
meeting.
so they have specific invitees, attendees, students that are being recognized, faculty, things like that.
I totally
And they
get
can
that.
only have a certain amount of people within the room, within the building, and that's what they're abiding by, so that they don't end up going over that number.
What is the number?
I don't know.
You have
It's
no
not
idea.
up to us to enforce.
So there's not enough room.
So it's not up to you to enforce. What do you
Correct.
mean?
Their numbers.
Got you.
I don't understand why we're having a public meeting and the public's not allowed in the
Well,
building. I don't
they're-
understand this at all.
Sure. So as I've
Do I
explained,
have
the
someone
public,
that's trying to go in next to
Yeah.
me?
Stand beside me, Kath, because there's a lot of people trying to get in.
I'm on the agenda,
Yep.
sir. Thank you very much.
you bet.
So you have to be an employee or on the agenda?
On the agenda, correct, as one of the attendees.
For a public meeting.
Correct, for this public meeting, yes.
So that's illegal. What they should be doing, an option that they could be doing, is that they could open up a bigger facility to allow some public in.
Or could
Sure,
some
and that-
of the
and again, this-
employees
it's
come
their
out
meeting,
so
I understand what
someone
you're
from the
saying.
public could come in?
college. Yeah.
So we're
Being
not,
on a
we're not,
Zoom and on a
we
phone
are
call
not going
is
to
not
address any of
available
those.
to me. So what are the accommodations?
Well, what I can do is I can go in
I
there
have
and I
called.
can ask them, okay, and what have they told you?
That there aren't any accommodations.
Okay.
And I
Then-
don't understand
then
that.
So our job, we don't enforce ADA or anything like that, okay? That is not something that the police department enforces.
I don't
That would be a
understand
federal
why this is
government
a
issue.
public meeting and the public's not allowed to come in.
What are you?
I
What are
can
you
go to the
enforcing?
city council meeting. I can attend the Board of Public Utility meeting.
Sure.
I can attend any other meeting
Except for
in
an education.
Cheyenne, Wyoming, except for anything that has to do with LCCC, Laramie County School District number
Sure.
1.
Okay.
I
I understand that, and I completely understand the
want you in
frustration for
front
you
of
as
me
well.
So I can
Sure.
try to hear you a little better.
Sure, you bet. Okay. Yeah.
And you do need to raise your voice because it is hard for me to
Okay,
hear it.
let's do this. If you wouldn't mind, can I have you stand over on this side? I don't want somebody opening this door and
That's a
taking
good
both
idea,
of us out.
Kath.
Oh, am I on the wrong side?
Move
of the door?
forward.
Yep.
Move forward.
Just that way we don't have to worry about either
So
of us
what
getting
is
run
my
over.
source of recourse as a disabled individual who cannot use the resources that they're giving to the public for a public meeting? What am I supposed to do
Well, like I said, I
to
can
have
go
my
inside.
voice heard?
Sure, I can go
And
inside.
and then what? Will my husband
if
be able
you're
to
not
come
going
in
to let
with
me
me
speak,
and
ma'am,
help
there's
me
nothing
hear?
I can do for you.
I'm sure you can understand my frustration.
I
As if
I
life isn't
understand
frustrating enough.
100%. I understand 100% your frustration. I truly do. Okay, it's just on the side of the public meetings law. Like I said, right now,
Public meetings
what I
law.
can, or open meetings law, I can go in there and I can ask the folks that are inside, that are the decision makers, which are not me, if they have some accommodations to allow you and I believe you said is your husband?
Yes.
That is
Okay.
my husband.
Your husband, okay, to go in there as being part of this meeting, okay, because based on what I understand from you, you don't have the availability to have access to what they have offered as accommodations. Is that correct?
It's not that. That's
I
not
have
an
a computer,
accommodation. That's
But have you
censorship.
ever tried to
That's a Zoom meeting is not
navigate through a
public
computer
access.
when you cannot
A
see?
public.
But that's not for me to
I
debate
know,
with you.
but I'm telling you, a public access is if 20 or 30 of us can go in there and all be witnesses for each other.
Sure.
A Zoom, they can disconnect us because they don't like what
It's
we're hearing.
censored.
It's censored. They can shut it down and say, oh, we don't know what happened.
Plus,
Like,
they
well, you
can't
don't know what happened to
hear.
the votes of the United States president and all the other people that got kicked out of their offices because the people wanted them and somebody else didn't. What exactly is your position here tonight?
My role here is to ensure that we don't have any disturbances or any trespassing issues.
Okay, so
What's
what I need
trespassing?
you to do for me then is I need you, when you get done here tonight, I need you to come over here and park in my alley to make sure that my garage doesn't get broke into or nobody's trespassing in my backyard.
If you'd like to fill out an off-duty contract with the Cheyenne Police Department to have officers paid for to provide security for you, you can contact the Chief's Executive
That's
Secretary.
what the
So,
school
uh,
district has done with you guys. So
Correct.
you're
The
here
school
under
district is paying
contract.
us.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we can do that. We can make arrangements
absolutely.
to
Yeah,
get
you
our
bet.
neighborhood protected.
Absolutely.
Because we have concerns of theft.
If you're
and,
wanting a specific incident, or like you were saying, sitting in your alley or watching your garage or anything like that, you can absolutely fill out a contract with the Cheyenne Police Department where you would have off-duty officers that is what they would be doing for you based on that contract that you would have with the city. And billed for however many officers it is that you'd be requesting.
Okay. Okay.
So you're hired by them.
By the school district, yes.
Is this the
So
last
he's
board
a
meeting of the
bodyguard.
year?
No, I do believe
Yeah,
there's one
his
more board
mercenary bodyguard.
There's one more board meeting.
meeting. Yes, I do believe so.
When I spoke to someone on the phone for the superintendent's office, she said that tonight is a lot of awards and things being
Correct.
given. But we were here 2 meetings ago and were denied going in there as well. And so are they doing awards at every single meeting? I mean, is
Yeah,
that
so
why
I-
we're at capacity for the
so I-
entire school year?
I do believe so. I can't speak for the entire school year, just the times that they have hired us to come be here. Okay. I think that's kind of one of the standard things they do at all the school board meetings is they do like student of the week recognition, sportsmanship recognition, those kind of things.
And that's
and to ensure
awesome.
that they have the appropriate capacity based on whatever information they've got from the health department as far as whatever their ratio is based on square footage and things of that nature, which we don't enforce. Okay, we don't enforce that. We don't go in there and say, okay, there's 17 people in here. Okay, if it's a like a fire violation, like a fire code violation, that the maximum occupancy of a room is 227 people, based on what the fire marshal has said.
Come my way a little bit.
I'm sorry?
Come my way a little bit.
Oh,
Based on like what the fire marshal has said, yes. In that respect, we can say, okay, the maximum occupancy is 227 people. There's 500 people in here. The event's either going to get shut down, or whoever's hosting the event. I'll use Story Gym here as an example. When we have like the crosstown rival basketball game state championship, where you can take a look around and realize that I think that this is above capacity.
So they just
Okay,
moved the
but
meeting
whatever
over
they
to the
do.
gym.
Yeah.
that?
I
So they just moved the meeting
Sure,
over
and
to the
again,
gym.
and,
yeah.
and please
It's just not
understand,
his position.
we
But we
don't-
can't get in there
we
and talk
can't
to them
tell
to make that.
We can't tell them, hey, you should do this.
So
See,
if
you
you're
should
on
put it in
private
storage
contract
jail.
for hire, why are you in uniform?
Why am I not in uniform?
Why are you in uniform?
Because I'm here as a Cheyenne police officer being paid by Laramie County School District number 1.
Wow.
So that's
this
like
is-
bodyguard.
So it's the same thing as if
Hiring a bodyguard.
someone were having a wedding or at the Depot Plaza at Cheyenne Frontier Days, the exact same thing.
Yeah. Gotcha. So it's kind of like a bodyguard kind of position. Well, according to the Wyoming law, that you are breaking the law
Okay.
by doing this because they're breaking the law and you're protecting them to do it.
Okay.
So I appreciate your stand, Officer Gay. If I could just get your badge number,
Sure.
that'd be
Would you like
great.
a business card? Can I give you a business
Yeah,
card?
you bet. And if you'd quote your badge number for me on this video, that'd be great.
Yeah, you bet. It's P as in Paul 201. There you go, sir.
That's it. 201.
201. Yep.
Okay.
P as
And
in
it
Paul,
just
201.
as long as you know, as a concerned citizen, that I've looked into the law enough tonight that you standing here, not letting us into that public meeting, protecting them, breaking the law, is against the law.
Okay.
So as an
And,
officer,
from the ADA
you're
point
breaking
of
the law
view,
as an
someone
officer.
like me who can't use what they have made available,
Sure.
they're violating my rights as well. Not only my rights as a person with disabilities, but as an American citizen
Yep.
and as
And
a
keep in
citizen
mind
of this
that
community.
that's something to address with them.
Oh, and I will.
Whether it be
I will.
a
My
civil
attorney
suit
will.
for ADA violations, things like that. Okay?
Yeah.
It's not something for me to debate with you guys, okay?
I totally get it. I'm just saying,
No,
this is
I
not okay.
understand.
This
I
is not
understand.
okay. Thank you for your time.
All right, you bet, guys.
You shouldn't be muscled with people like this.
Yeah, this is not
You really
That's not what it boils down to.
Well, it is, because if I try to get in that door, you're going to stop me,
Hi there.
and that's muscle. You know, I mean, that's what it is. If I wanted to try to go in there, then you would position yourself to stop me.
Correct.
So that's muscle. You know, so that's bodyguard. You know, that's special hire. That's not you being a law enforcement officer protecting and keeping the peace.
Especially because he doesn't know whether or not it's against the law.
Right.
What's that? Whether what's against the law or not?
Whether or not we can come in there.
A lot.
Take a video of all of it, because our attorney's gonna need that information.
Yep.
You can't let a girl in when he's blind and deaf. Y'all,
It's terrible.
Yep.
I'm not happy.
Yeah. It's
Well, I've known you for a long time.
you know, it'll probably be it's an integrity issue. You know, I mean, you're here being something that you're really not supposed to be being.
Okay.
You know, I mean, you are being a bodyguard tonight. You said
Okay.
that in the clear, and so
Well, I didn't
just.
say I was being a bodyguard.
But it's
That's the way you interpret it.
it's the way to
I mean,
put it
it's-
together.
I think at
I'm
this
being
point, you guys
hired
are
by
making it a
them to
matter of
stop this.
semantics. So
It's
you,
but
you guys have legal recourse. You understand that,
it's
right?
a matter of rights, is what it boils down to.
You bet.
You know, and so you're out for special hire.
And you understand that you guys clearly you're aware that you have legal recourse, right?
Yes, and we have an attorney.
Okay.
You know, so
Okay.
And now we know you have a rate sheet.
A what?
a rate
Rate
sheet
A what?
Rate sheet.
Rate
Yeah.
sheet? What do you mean by that?
that we can buy you.
Yeah.
Well, the Cheyenne Police Department, you
It's
can hire the
beautiful.
police department for off-duty security and things
didn't
like
know
that,
that.
as is pretty much standard across the country. That's all.
In uniform.
Absolutely. Yep.
Wow.
You bet.
Great.
Well, I've learned something too tonight, dude.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. Have a good night.